It's not just rain, but it's the storm. No. I don't have the radio voice.
This is the Storm Warning Show. Turn the radio up. Let's go. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up.
Wyclef's on BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
You, what's good? What's good? Another Thursday night, the official Storm Warning Show. I'm excited to be here. Y'all know how it goes down on BKS1 Radio, the Storm Warning Show. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Peace and blessings. No matter what platform you are listening to us on, we are in the building tonight. And I got a special co-host in the building tonight. Yes, Akisa from the R&B group Allure. She took the day off. She got some things to do. Shout out to Lenny Green and all of that. But I got my co-host in the building tonight on the Storm on the Show. She goes by the name of Leah Fuentes. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, what up, my peeps? My name is Leah Fuentes, and I am here to co-host with my friend DJ Storm Norm, the General. We're going to have some really cool conversations.
Oh, yes.
Today.
Tonight we going in. So listen,
yes.
I don't want nobody to get mad. Tonight, strictly relationships. We're gonna cover it from all angles tonight. All right, I don't want nobody to get mad, get upset, but we're gonna talk about some things, and you may learn some things about yourself. So let me give some shout outs real quick. Let me shout out Denise Sparrow on the check-in. Pooh, I see you. Shout out to Grand G. Shout out to Erica Staley. I see you. Shout out to Carla in the building. Shout out to Quentin. Rawls, DJ Punchy, what's good? Shout out to everybody on the check-in right now. No matter what platform you are listening to us on, click that share button right now. Just click it like that.
Let's get it.
Just click it. We're going to talk about it. And I'm just going to give y'all some of the things we're going to cover tonight. Let me just go into some of the things we're going to cover tonight.
It's going to be a fun night.
So one, we're going to talk about letting people in your ear ruin something that's important to you. Letting people in your ear that will ruin something that's very important to you.
And taking that self-accountability for that ruining.
Facts. So that's one of the things. The other thing is we're going to talk about that infamous list on where not to take a woman on a date. We're going to talk about that infamous list. But we also got another list that says where to take a woman on a date.
Yes,
and shout out to Jamila for that one, because I saw Jamila Kareem. She had posted up where fellas should take a woman on a date. So we're going to talk about that tonight. But also, we're going to talk about why you may not, Leah, be marriage material.
What are you talking about, DJ Storm? Hey.
Why you may not be marriage material. We're going to talk about that tonight on the Storm Warning Show. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. But no, we're going to get deep tonight.
Let's do it.
Yeah. There's a few things we're going to cover tonight. But our sponsor tonight for the Storm Warning Show is Big C's Food Truck.
Big C's Food Truck.
And for those that live in the city of Plainfield, New Jersey, y'all seen Big C's Food Truck. Let me know if y'all seen Big C's Food Truck. It's located on Terra Road and East 3rd Street. Terra Road and East 3rd Street. Big C's Food Truck. He sponsored us tonight. He brought some delicious sandwiches in here tonight, but he does everything. We're going to show his food later and all of that. He is our sponsor tonight on the Storm Warning Show. First and foremost, tell the world, Miss Leah Fuentes, who you are and what you all about.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Introduction, you so cute. Oh my God! Thank you, sir. My name is Leah Fuentes. I am, if you want to know, if you got to know, I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. And
nice.
I went to school for psychology, sociology. One of my best interests has always been relationships and relationship topics. There's so many different ways to literally identify how to love somebody. That can either be platonic, that can either be romantic.
Okay.
And by the way, none or less, like either is romantic or is platonic. Like there's ebbs and flows or ups and downs, and like just the influence that it comes from, like either your personal friends, your coworkers, like the coworkers that you bond with, or even like the personal relationships that you are building. Like when it comes to like sharing those spaces with other people, it does build on the sense of self. And because I have been studying this literally for the last I'm 27, I don't know, 20 something years of my life. All I want to do is just like share that knowledge that I have with everyone else.
All right.
And yeah, I'm here to break it down.
We're going to see what you...
BKS1 at night. Let's do it. Let's get it.
We're going to see what you're working with tonight. Also, we got
I'm ready.
special guest and friend to the family in the building. Shout out to Inspiration Hunter. She is in the building as well. She's going to sing a little something for y'all tonight. You know, when we take our break from the topic and everything, we're going to put her on. But you can see her right here. Here she go right here. She's in the building.
Oh, yeah.
She's in the building.
She one of my inspirations for sure.
Yes.
We be talking about some real deep stuff together. So let's do it, girl.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, okay, let's talk about this straight up. So, right.
Okay, straight up.
DJ Khaled's wife, right? So, like I said, we're going to talk about relationships. I want to know how y'all feel about this.
There's so many ways to go with that.
DJ Khaled's wife, she was doing a workout, whatever. Okay. So like her man, Khaled was trying to motivate her.
Okay.
You know, while she was doing her workout routine, right?
Another one.
Another one. Khaled. So during the video, you know, Khaled takes his video and blah blah blah, and he's like trying to motivate her, and she just blacks out on him. During his little live, his little video.
She blacks out on him. I'm crying. Okay.
And I'm like, see, my thing is like this, right? If I'm going to, you know, if I'm with my woman, right? I'm with my lady, and we doing something in public, and I got a live going, whatever, and you just, I say the wrong thing or something you don't like, and you black out on me on my live, I'm like, yo, you could have did that later. Or you could have did that, you know, when we got home. You didn't have to do it on my live, whatever, blah, 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 like this. I need a female's honest opinion. And fellas, I need your opinion. Was she wrong for doing this? All right. So here go the situation right here. So when DJ Khaled's wife snapped on him while she was working out.
What he said.
Here's the clip. It's a quick clip. So check it out.
Come on, let's go. You can do it. All that talk you talk, let's do it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I ain't like you. I don't need you in the background.
Yo, chill.
I need to work out.
Chill, man.
I need to work out without you talking. Go
Chill.
somewhere.
Calm down. Yo, chill. Man, chill. Come on, let's go. You can do it. All that talk you talk, let's do it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I ain't like you. I don't need you in the background.
Yo, chill.
I need to work out.
Chill, man.
I need to work out without you talking. Go
Chill.
somewhere.
Calm down. Yo, chill. Man.
Now keep it 100. Was she wrong, or was she in her rights to do that?
You know what? Like,
be honest.
DJ Khaled be doing the most sometimes, like on social media, because I follow him. I love him.
Right.
But let me tell you something. I've been following like him and his wife for like the longest time. One, we don't know what happened before the cameras. We also don't know what the span of their entire relationship is. So like sometimes like it's very easy to judge somebody off of like the 6 second, the 10 second, or the 30-second clip that you see online. It's super easy to judge somebody. But when I'm working out, I'm stressed the F out. Don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. If you're in my ear, like, unless I say, babe.
So you got boundaries.
Yeah, because you know why? Because, I'm not a wife, but if I was your wife, I was serving
girlfriend,
you.
You don't have to be a wife.
Wife, girlfriend, whatever. Like, I'm taking care of you. I have a child with you because they have a child together. I'm doing so much around you, for you, every other thought, because we also have that relationship together, is around you. If I'm in a state of, I just need to release some like energy that has absolutely nothing to do with you, and then you walk into the space, what that's supposed to be my sacred space, and now you're talking stuff that I don't, if I'm telling you I don't need you there, and sometimes it's about boundaries, right? And it's super easy to judge that like 6-10 second clip, right? Like off the bat. But it's like, if I request space and you're not giving me space, and because you are famous, right? Like in the way that DJ Khaled is famous, and now because you are bigger than I am, you think that you can overstep those boundaries because you can call it an assumption, but you are bigger than me, so you are gonna get some.
So you saying he was wrong? He was wrong. That's what you say.
I would say he is wrong in the sense of understanding boundaries. Like if somebody's telling you don't be around me, and if you, because their relationship is like super long term, and you know what this person requires. Let's say when they're working out and you're not respecting that space, you're putting me on blast. I don't give a ish.
Right. You say it.
I'm just gonna like tell you get off my face. Yeah, like get off. We are grown. Get off my face. Right. If you don't like it, I still have your baby. I still gotta take care of him. Get off my face. Like, what are you gonna?
I still got your baby.
I still got your baby. Yeah, like get off my face.
So Denise Sparrow said she was working, and she probably wanted her personal time, and not on live.
Get off my face.
I'm gonna clap it up for Denise. I ain't gonna front. I probably would do the same thing as Khaled.
Y'all be needy as freak. Like.
Oh, so now we needy.
Always. Word? Well, maybe not needy, but like y'all, like we gotta take care of y'all. It's a lot. You suck. I don't care. Like, unpopular opinion for men. Like they don't want to admit that you guys are not a lot to handle, but it does nonetheless take consciousness, like a level of responsibility to take care of y'all. And that's without having a baby with y'all.
Now, shout out to Charlicia Graves. I like to call her Pooh. I'm calling you Pooh. All right. So she said, regardless, that was totally out of order, period. Be a lady at all times. Respect your king, period. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I don't feel like she was disrespecting him. She just said, get off my face. Dynamite! You are the worst, North.
That's what I'm talking about. Respect your king. Oh, we going in tonight on all types of different relationship topics on the Storm Warning Show. So you're going to want to share this out. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
If she was disrespecting DJ Khaled, who could have any shorty in the world, because he was with Bernice Burgos, I don't know to what extent, whatever. But if that woman can keep that man, she's doing something right. What we see online versus what they deal with, that like 26/6 out of the 27, like 24/7. Mind your business and maybe take some notes when she speaks up and he record it, or when she's submissive and he record it, because there's only so much information that we also getting from these like real famous people.
I hear you. And again.
Please don't blow me up.
No. Listen, no, we going in tonight.
This is my first time on radio.
Yeah, it's all good. We going in tonight. Listen, you want to play with the big dogs? We gonna have some fun tonight.
Man,
all
talk
right.
to me.
So, all right. So now, my next question to you, and shout out to everybody, man. I love your opinions and comments. You also could call in. Let me make sure the phone line is open. And it is open.
Oh, Lord.
You could call in. 646. I want somebody to call in. 646-233-1302. Again, that's 646. You got to learn this number. 233. 13. 02.
02. Y'all heard?
There you go. All right. So call in because I want to hear somebody's opinion. Matter of fact, I'll put the number up here for y'all. Let me see. There you go, right there. I put the number up there for y'all.
Oh, we're going to have some conversations
Yeah,
tonight.
so if y'all want to call in on anything we discuss tonight, on anything we talk about, you can call in because I want to hear your views and your opinions on the Storm on the show, BKS1 Radio. Y'all know what it is, all right? I'm here with my co-host tonight, Miss Leah Fuentes.
Thank you, Mr. DJ Storm.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Next thing, and this is for y'all, men or women. Do you think you're marriage material? So I'm gonna go right to my co-host, and y'all can answer this for yourselves. Do you honestly, be honest with yourself? I don't know if you're single. I don't know if you're dating somebody or whatever the case may be. This is for the listeners. Do you honestly think, dig deep in your heart, that you're marriage material?
I love this question.
Okay.
Because this question, like, as simple as the answer is, I think that everything that follows afterwards is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. And that is, one, I do think I'm marriage material. However, everybody is different. Everybody wants different things. Everybody requires different things. And also, do you know yourself enough to when you meet that partner, do you know what you're looking for? Because anybody, literally everybody in this world is marriage material. Everybody.
You think?
Yeah. I do. Every adult, I think, is marriage material. However, when you use the word material, what does material means, right? It's like, it's a value. So do you understand and do you recognize your own value? Do you see and do you understand who you are? Do you understand your own values? Do you understand what you require to make yourself happy? And then do you understand what it takes to make him or her or they happy?
Okay.
And that, taking it from the outside rather than the inside, let's say if I am married to you, I could say very, like I like you, you like me, we get along, like, you know, the SCX is like super dope, whatever. But once you remove, okay, you pretty, I'm pretty, the SCX is like dope. What do we do with the rest of that time? What do we talk about? What do we build upon? Do we understand like the financial
values? Do we have any
values?
substance?
Yeah, it's like because I don't want to say that, like, there's a difference between love and like marriage, and then there's a difference between love and hooking up, and then there's a difference when it comes to marriage, because marriage is such a I don't want to say like a heavy responsibility, but it's an extra. It's like the frosting on the cake.
See,
you know?
I feel as though, you know, just from my experience in life, I feel as though everybody's not marriage material. There are some people that can be 60 years old and they still ain't marriage material. I think it's all about maturity and you finally saying to yourself, enough is enough. I want something real. All right? And you know, you get to that point once you've seen it all, once you've done it all, once you're tired of playing games, once you get tired of people playing games with you, and you finally say to yourself, you know, I need something that's solid, that's real, and something that loves me unconditionally, and I love this person unconditionally back. To me, that's when you're ready, and that's when you can say you're marriage material. That's just me, and I'm going to clap it up for my damn self on that one. That's just norm on that. Now,
I love that.
We're gonna run this clip, right? When
Okay,
this question was posed.
Let's get it.
About being marriage material.
Let's get
now,
it.
I want y'all to listen very thoroughly to what this young lady was saying. Somebody asked her this question, and she was honest with her answer. Here's her answer.
Let's do it.
They're not in tune with running a household. They're in tune to social media. They're not in tune with the needs of their significant other or their kids. You know, I'm just going to be honest. Women really is like, fuck men. It's all about me. And I don't know if it comes from the fucked up experience that they've had or I mean, I don't know.
What percentage of modern women are marriage material?
Let me be honest. It's not very many. You know why? Women are in tune to their body. They're not in tune with running a household. They're in tune to social media. They're not in tune with the needs of their significant other or their kids. I'm just gonna be honest. Women really is like fuck men. It's all about me, and I don't know if it comes from the fucked up experience that they've had, or I mean, I don't know.
What percentage of modern women are marriage material?
Right there. Oh my God.
Do you agree or disagree?
Both.
Huh?
Both.
Why?
You know why? Because like she it's almost like she struck on gold when she said, I don't know if it's the effed up experiences the women have had. Like, let me tell you something. I come from a world, like, I came in 2004. I came from the Dominican Republic to the United States of America. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic up until 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw my mom and my dad. And then once I came here, I was a little bit older. My mom like broke down what that relationship meant and why she actually decided to come to the United States. The relationship was uber toxic. Like, not gonna go super deep into it, maybe in another show, but domestic violence, abuse, whatnot. However, I was raised in even though I was raised by a single mother, I was raised in a very traditional household. Mm-hmm. So I was taught the value of men. Even though my dad was not, he was high value in a sense of like a monetary value. Mm-hmm. He was high value because we do use that word, by the way, like very carelessly. Mm-hmm. I would say that. Mm-hmm. But in an emotional sense, I had to learn what high value meant. And so if I'm not taught what high value is from a financial level, that's one, and from an emotional and spiritual level, how do I know what, let's remove the word high value, a valuable man and a valuable woman is? And that really comes down to like virtue. If I value family and you don't value family, I'm going to see you as someone that's wrong. If you don't see like intimacy, sexual intimacy as sacred, and I see sexual intimacy as sacred, and then I meet another dude that doesn't see that as sacred, and then I meet another dude as sacred, I'm gonna lose sense of who I am. And how do I even like start coming back to something like that?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But my whole thing as far as, and going back to the question, as far as seeing being marriage material or whatever, when I listened to what that young lady said about women today, they're all about the social media. They're all about this. They're kind of selfish, and they got this F men attitude, right? And I speak to a lot of the younger women. I speak to a lot of y'all today.
Why you gotta be like that?
No, I'm just saying. I just speak to a lot of y'all, and I have conversations with a lot of y'all because of what I do and everything. Like, and it's like y'all. I'm not saying all of y'all. I'm saying it's about you have that. It's about me attitude. It's about me. Right? And I come from looking at my mother and father growing up. So I did come from a 2-parent home where my mother loved my father loved my mother. They had their problems. They had their issues like anybody else. But they knew at the end of the day, she had his back. He had her back. And it wasn't a me situation. It's what they looked at it like, what do we have to do to build us?
Can I tell you something that may be an unpopular opinion?
Go ahead.
How long have your parents been married for?
Some years until he passed.
20, 30, 40?
About 30 plus.
Okay. Have you ever thought that your mom or your dad were ever at any point in those 30 plus years selfish?
Yeah, it's okay to be so. Yeah, look, I did that right. That little thing flying around. But it's okay to be selfish.
Okay.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. All right, and I don't even call that being selfish. I call it self-care. Right. So what a lot of people would deem as being selfish, like, I got to do this for me, or I need to do this job for me, or I need to have this time for me to go work out, like we was talking about Khaled earlier.
Right.
I need to have this time to go work out, or I need to have this time to hang with my girls, or I need to have this time to go get my hair done, or my nails done, or just take a vacation to clear my head. That's not selfish. That's self-care.
But to your dad or your mom, it might have been seen as selfish when they needed them there.
I get what you're saying.
Because your feelings doesn't translate into my feelings. Because you have your heart. Again, unpopular opinion, right? You have your heart. You also have your way of dissecting the information that it is that I'm giving you.
Right.
And so you don't have to cheat to break somebody's heart in a marriage. That's one. But you can also cheat to break somebody's heart. I think that sometimes, like, when we think of like marriage, like we think of like the most obvious thing in the world is like, he cheated, she cheated. Now I'm heartbroken. He ain't ish. Like, how do I forgive him? Like, I have heard of like very beautiful relationships where like literally like the mom or the dad have never cheated. They just fell apart because we think that people think that the first issue when it comes to like divorce is literally finances. It's not.
That's a heavy one, though.
It's lack of communication, for crying out loud.
Facts.
Like, yeah,
I'm gonna clap it up for you on that.
Yeah, because people really think that we break up because of, he don't got it like that. Oh, she don't got it like that. No, I'm upset. No, it's literally the fact.
Communication.
Okay. You can't afford the $10,000 freaking lifestyle that we're holding on like month to month. The problem is not the $10,000 or the $20,000 or $30,000, whatever it is. It's really the lack of, you didn't tell me this month that I have to cut back, and now I'm living the same lifestyle that we've been living for the last few years, and now you're mad at me, and now you're cursing at me, and now you're upset. Is that self-care? You coming out at me for conversations that you should have had with me. It's like, and I'll give us grace, like, as human beings, because I do have to apply to myself, by the way, what it is that I'm talking about. Because it's very easy, by the way, to, like, say these things, then, like, to apply them to yourself.
I think you're going to need a tissue. I think she's going to need a tissue.
I'm okay, not yet.
You sure? You need a tissue? You need a moment?
Nah, I'm good.
Let me read this comment.
You know why? Because it's like, if it bothers me, I know it's working. And if it's working, as much as I may want to run away from it, it's going to come back and haunt me because I'm not going to be able to go to sleep well at night.
Facts.
Because it's a fact.
I got you.
Yeah.
Janine said, shout out to Janine. Hey, hot dia.
What up, Janine?
Call in. Listen, 646, phone line is open, 646-233-1302.
Girl, you better not call.
Call in. I want to hear from some of y'all.
Let's do it. Let's get
Janine
it.
said you had an example. Like, you had an example, and some of us do not. Talk about me because I said I came from a two-parent household. So Janine said you had an example, and some of us do not. We watch our parents and emulate the toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Then at some point, you break the cycle and want better. I got to clap it up for that. See, you know what? Let me find out. We got to bring you on the show, too.
Girl, that's what I had to do, girl. See? Like, what?
And Charlicia, see, I'm trying not to call her Pooh. She said lack of communication. Yeah, lack of communication.
Sure.
And that's a big thing. That's a big thing with a lot of relationships, period. Lack of communication. Once the communication dies, you might as well say that's like a cancer. It's like a cancer in a relationship. You got to have open communication and just say how you feel. There's no way you could be waking up to somebody every morning and not have good communication.
You'll be surprised. Melissa?
Yeah. Hold on, let me turn on your mic. And let me bring you in. Go ahead.
But even with communication, the other one has to be open and willing to be able to listen.
For sure.
Because one person could say something, and it doesn't necessarily need a response, but you need to sit in that and how they're expressing themselves to just listen. Because also there are people who do not know how to listen in a relationship.
Facts. You have to. Listening is more important than speaking, because if you listen, you could begin to understand some things. But sometimes people listen, but they don't comprehend. Sometimes people listen and they don't comprehend. Comprehension is very important. So if I'm telling you, this is what bothers me, Melissa. This is what bothers me, Leah. This is what gets on my nerves, Leah. This is what gets under my skin. This is where our problem lies. And that goes like this, one ear and out the other. Yeah. You listen, but you didn't hear me. You feel me? You listen, but you didn't hear me. You got to start. If that's your partner, you got to hear them. And you have to comprehend and understand what they're really trying to say. All right? Especially with men. Because y'all good for saying men don't communicate well. Women are good for saying that about men. And speaking about that, I'm going to run this clip about that.
Oh, my God.
You know I got a clip for everything.
Run it. Let's get it.
All right, because y'all forever say men don't communicate. I want y'all to listen to this very thoroughly. Everybody out there listening.
Let's do it.
I keep seeing women comment on my post saying, yes, this is exactly why I'm single. Men don't know how to communicate at a high level. And that's just crazy to me. And it's also very disrespectful to God to think that he put something like a man on this earth and didn't give him the capacity to communicate at a high level. Are you serious? No. The problem is we as women aren't honest with ourselves enough to admit that we don't communicate at a high level, because if we did, we would stop dating men that we know are no good for us, that mean us no well, that do not really care about us, that have sex with us and then go do whatever they want, and then we end up heartbroken. That's not us communicating at a high level. We don't select great men, but then we expect them to communicate at a high level. No. You're single because you need to be single, and you need to work on yourself, and you need to figure out what more you can bring to the table other than your beauty in your box, because men are capable of communicating at a high level, 100%. The ones you date just don't like you. I keep seeing women comment on my post saying, yes, this is exactly why I'm single. Men don't know how to communicate at a high level. And that's just crazy to me.
Hold up.
I got some information that I want to share with y'all about like a man that actually I had a conversation with.
Before you even go there, did you hear what she said?
Yup.
Did you hear what she said? Do I got to run that clip again?
Do it.
Because
she right.
She just
popular opinion.
She dropped a bomb.
Yes.
For those in the back that did not hear what that young lady said about men, women saying men don't communicate. This is coming from a woman, and this is why I wanted to drop this on y'all tonight. I said, you know what? Tonight we're not going to have no special celebrity guests. You know, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about relationships, all different aspects of relationships, right? And we want honest feedback. That's why I want y'all to either put it in the comment section or call in. But we want honest feedback tonight. Shout out to my co-host, Leah Fuentes. Shout out to my guest, Miss Inspiration Hunter, in the building. But we want honest feedback. Did you hear what she said? I just got to run that again one more time.
I keep seeing women comment on my post saying, yes, this is exactly why I'm single. Men don't know how to communicate at a high level. And that's just crazy to me. And it's also very disrespectful to God to think that he put something like a man on this earth and didn't give him the capacity to communicate at a high level. Are you serious? No. The problem is we as women aren't honest with ourselves enough to admit that we don't communicate at a high level, because if we did, we would stop dating men that we know are no good for us, that mean us no well, that do not really care about us, that have sex with us and then go do whatever they want, and then we end up heartbroken. That's not us communicating at a high level. We don't select great men, but then we expect them to communicate at a high level. No. You're single because you need to be single and you need to work on yourself and you need to figure out what more you can bring to the table other than your beauty in your box, because men are capable of communicating at a high level, 100%. The ones you date just don't like you. I keep seeing women comment on my post.
Okay.
Damn it, she dropped it. All right. She said a mouthful.
I'm gonna say, like, there's like two parts to this video that she said. So, uber unpopular opinion. Okay, y'all, women, please bear with me to what I'm about to say. Okay, one, the power of your kitty, there is power on that. Y'all could, like, if y'all need to do that, like, that's one. However, let's like really talk about when men see you for the first time, what they see, what men care about, what they looking at, what they breaking down, because you really think they're breaking down your soul or something. Men are visual. Men are physical. Okay. And I literally had this conversation today. If I could actually bring the guy into this place, I would, but he's like somewhere in Ohio.
He could come in virtually, but go ahead.
Well, maybe, but I will have to text him. Like, we're just getting to know each other, whatever. But you know what he said to me? He was like, when he first saw me, he was like, you know, I could look at you all day. And I also had another guy, like a couple of days ago, he hit me up on like Instagram. I'm just being very blunt here. He was like, I want to do to you A, B, C, D, and E.
Wow.
But we've never done anything, by the way. Wow. And then, like, I woke up this morning and I'm like, what makes a man look at me? Because you may look at me and you may think, oh my gosh, she's hot, or she's, you know, and I'm just like talking from like other people's perspectives, because I'm like such a dork. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, Melissa knows me. Like, Inspiration Hunter, she knows me. And she knows I'm like super quirky. Like, I don't see myself necessarily at this like, oh yeah, she's like, everybody want her, or, you know, like, I just don't have that sort of mindset. And so when specifically like men bring me into the awareness of like my sexuality, because I do take I do take time where I just don't physically take part in like sexual partnerships. Like, I just don't look for, like, I'm not dating. I'm not having, you know, sex with like someone. I'm not having those sort of like relationships with like physical relationships with people. And so when I'm in that state of mind after a minute, it does kick in. And so you do start seeing yourself from like a different angle. But what I mean to say with all of that information is, just because you're not seeing yourself in that state of mind, it doesn't stop the opposite sex or even the same sex, right? Somebody that's attracted to you, seeing you in that way. And I want to say in this situation with this woman, like, she's talking about heterosexual relationships, right? So it's like a man sees a woman or a woman sees a man. How do you manage that space when you're not in that state of mind, or when you don't even understand your own physical power? Because when I was going through a breakup, I was just like going with the flow. Oh yeah, he looked good. Oh yeah, like they made me feel nice. And not even that's even without the physical situation.
Can I be honest?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Most women know their physical power. Most women know their power.
You be so surprised.
Listen. Hold up. Let me just.
I feel like if they in the right mindset, like
let's stop the BS. Let's stop. Listen right now. Let's cut it out. You gotta know. All right, you gotta know your power, your physical power that you have, or whatever, when it comes to your sexuality or whatever. Or you cannot sit up here and tell me that you never realized that about yourself and you never use that to your advantage. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. Let's keep it real.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm not saying I have not, and I don't. What I'm saying is it depends on the state of mind that I am in. Because it's so funny because I feel like I've been having this conversation literally like throughout the week. Like, okay, so me naturally, okay, I'm not talking for all women, and I will definitely not speak for all women. I think I'm naturally like a very sexual person. I'm naturally very sexually driven.
Say that then.
And
okay.
that is not, in a way, like, I don't have to think about sex, or I don't have to think about like sexual energy. If you have ever read the book The Law of Seduction by like Robert Greene, he talks about, I think there's maybe like, I know I'm gonna say it wrong, but there's over like 9 different archetypes for like the different types of women that you can be, different type of
same author that wrote the Art of War.
The art, not Art of War, the Laws of Power.
The law. Okay.
The 48 Laws of Power.
Right, 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, he wrote the 48 Laws of Power. He wrote Mastery. So he's done like a few different like masterpieces.
Yeah, he's mad at me.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. Definitely like super uber recommend him. Like if you want to get to learn about just like human nature, and then just like yourself. So when I was reading The Laws of Seduction, I think like one of the first chapters is the siren. And I have the book like physically. I have studied that book like so many times, where I was able to actually self-identify, and then other people like just throughout my journey that have like read the book, that were able to identify me as that.
Put that on your to read list.
So 100%. No, I definitely recommend it if you want to learn
Laws
how
of Seduction.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Laws of Seduction by Robert Greene. He's
Laws
like
of
super
Seduction
amazing.
by Robert Greene. The fact that you said you studied that book, I am scared of you now.
I'm crying. There's the Charmer, the Siren, the Natural. There's just like different ways of seducing someone based on who your natural character is. My natural character is, and I probably shouldn't be saying this on like live to the world, is whatever. Like I am a siren, and so a siren is the woman that she just, everything that she says, everything that she does exudes like sexual energy. So I don't know how that happened, but I do know that I became that. I think a little bit has to do with my mama. Because I know my mama. But my mama's also a very strong woman. But my mom was a woman, like, growing up, she had hips. Very, like, slim waist. She was, like, she just knew how to use her body to get certain things.
So you're a siren.
And even... You're horrible. Norm, you're horrible.
Listen, you said you were a siren.
I think, like, yeah, because I also grew up around, like, politics. And, like, when you in politics, you know, you grow up, like, around men. And men also shape you. Like, men are not bad. But men do have a very strong influence. And y'all, if I'm very honest with y'all are really weak when it comes to holding that responsibility.
You just called us simps?
No. Because there's a major difference.
Did she just call us simps?
No.
Oh, hold up.
Not at all. You know why? Because you are not my dad. You are not my husband. You are not my boyfriend. You are not my brother. You are not my cousin.
Right.
But you as a man influenced me. Mm-hmm. Especially because, one, you are older than me.
Right.
And so what you say, especially when, like, if I want marriage.
Just a little bit.
And now you talking about marriage. And you had a successful marriage for the last, like, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. And now you talking about marriage? Okay. Even if I'm, like, nagging or whatever, I'm going to still pay attention. Mm-hmm. Because you have done something that I want that I haven't done. And even though if I'm nagging about it, we're chicks. We're going to pay attention.
You could learn from me.
I'm going to learn from you. Even if I say it physically or if I don't, I'm gonna still take something away from you. So you have like such an influence over creating my world that you have no idea about. And this is like if we really do bring like this idea of like Bible and like God like into the equation, even if we just remove it, we can't get rid of this idea of God. We can't get rid of the idea of what men mean in our world and what women mean in our world. Like, love you or hate you, I'm going to still listen to you. Because if I'm around you, it means that I care about you at some sort of level. And, like, men don't always take that. like men take that sometimes for granted. Is that responsibility not just over my wife, not just over my daughter, but is women. Unpopular opinion, women do look up to men.
Yeah, but listen. So regardless, like I said, you can learn from me because if you look at me like a big brother, right? Or, you know, yeah, this is my big brother or uncle or this, that, whatever like that. My thing is, you can learn from me from the good situations that I've had, right, in relationships, or you can learn from my mistakes.
Right.
So you know what you don't want
yes.
in a relationship.
That's a fact.
You feel me? You can learn from my
yeah.
mistakes to know what you don't want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? In a
I've done
relationship.
that, for sure.
So the next time if I'm schooling you, right, and I'm like, you know, we could be like this, men are like this, blah, 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 blah. And the next time, you know, dude come up to you or hit you in the DMs and like, oh, you know, I just want to take you out to lunch. I just want to blah, 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 whatever like that. You already know that's game because
right.
your big bro then schooled you on something.
He told me something. Exactly. Y'all are important.
You see? We are. Oh, see, now we're important.
Y'all always been important.
I almost thought you was trying to call us simps, but okay.
You use that word. Not me.
All right. Okay. Now I can rock with you.
You always can rock with me.
but see, okay, I'm glad we had that conversation. And it's important that you know, like men, period, especially when it comes to their daughters, their nieces, whatever, little sisters, whatever, that they put them on game, that they school them and they tell them, you know, what's good, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. You know, because I see a lot of women now, these younger women, younger than you, way younger than you, that they allow men, boys, I call them boys, but they allow boys to treat them any old kind of way or say any old thing to them, and they accept it. They think that's okay. I don't know whether it's coming from the music they listening to. I don't know where it's coming from, whatever.
Probably.
But like the level of respect I see now, you know, with the minors, with these kids, is ridiculous. There's so much disrespect, and I'm like, and they think it's cool. I see a lot of women that allow certain things. You know what I'm saying? And if you allowing it, then you can't expect, you know, a real man or a real relationship to happen in your life if you're allowing yourself to be treated any old kind of way. So it's a great thing to have people that can teach you and that can school you on life, you know, because I've had that. My sister, God rest her soul, before she passed, I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. So she was schooling me. She was telling me about, oh, no, when a woman does this or she acts like this, she ain't really blah, 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 and she ain't doing it. Like, she schooled me on a lot of situations, right? And where I started to know how to handle certain women that came into my life that I knew wasn't good for me.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like, shout out to my sister. God give her rest. God rest her soul. Rest in peace. But you know, she put me up on game. So you
need that person.
Yeah. Sure. I think everybody needs that person.
Yes.
You know, to put them up on game. Carl said it's a mess out there with the youth. Yes, it is.
Girl.
Shalisha said, boy, I'm doing good, right? I'm doing good, right, Shalisha? Boys are exactly what they are. Yeah, they're boys. You got to know the difference between a boy and a man.
It's human nature. And so when you have human nature, and like a lot of us, like we first learn from our environments. And then we later learn from like our decisions. And those decisions like really kick in. Like the understanding of those decisions really do kick in. Like the weight of the decisions kick in adulthood. But guess what? You probably done 18 to 21 years of like decision making that's based on your emotions versus decision making that's based on logic. I think the idea is from like what I've like started studying in the last like couple of years, that kicks in more into like the spiritual and science, and combining those things together, is that you need your mind and you need your heart to align.
Is it dangerous to make decisions off of emotions?
Yes. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, and you can make decisions from your heart, but you have to feel it in your mind. When you're and you feel that, you know that. Everybody has experienced that, even as a kid or as an adult. We know when we are making rash decisions. And what we do, and it's literally, again, like going back to like Mr. Green, like Law of Seduction, right? He has written like he wrote the Laws of Human Nature. Like that's a book that I genuinely recommend to everyone if they want to deviate and like read on another author that like deals with like human nature. Like by human nature, like 99% of the time out of the 100% of the time, we are being guided by our own emotions. We are being guided by what DJ Storm says something to me tonight that I'm not enough to be married, let's say. And because I'm just spitting ish right now, right? Let's say he said to me, because I'm so sure that I'm really like I'm ready for marriage, and he just said to me, I'm not good enough. Even though I believe that I was good enough, because you said that I wasn't, and you had a substantial reason to prove me wrong. And if I'm not like in my head and in my heart, and if I don't really believe it from both parts of my body, and by the way, those two connect to your spirit, because if you believe it in your mind and you believe it in your heart, that connects to your spirit. You could literally study that shit. Excuse my language.
Go ahead. We grown.
If you don't, what you just said to me, I'm going to take it home with me, and I'm going to live on it forever.
And you know what? She is, for everybody listening, she is 300% right.
It's a power of
This
influence.
is why I am very careful now with my words and what I say to people, right? Because what I never realized about myself is that my words
It's a spell.
have power.
It's a spell.
My words have power, and I think, oh, nobody's going to take what I say to heart, and blah, 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 blah. A lot of people, and I never realized this, a lot of people respect what I say. That's why I'm careful when I get on these shows, or these podcasts, or when I'm out there teaching somebody something, whatever. I watch how I say things now. I mean, before, years ago, anybody know me, I was a little reckless with my words, because I was brutally honest. I was too brutally honest. I realize now everybody is not built to handle brutal honesty. So sometimes you have to be an artist with your words. You're painting a picture. You have to be an artist. You have to, put this stroke here and boom, be careful right here, because you may go outside the lines. You have to be careful with your words.
Yeah.
So because
words are spells.
Because you can be very confident in yourself, and like you said, even though I didn't say it, I could say something to you like, you know what? You're not marriage material.
I don't have the slightest doubt in my mind, and that little thing is a whole trigger.
Or you're not
to proving me wrong. If there's a slightest thought that I can be wrong, and I hold that in my mind, and you just happen to hold the trigger, you just took me all the way left.
So you know what?
Literally that simple.
With that being said, all of us, we got to be careful what we say to people, especially people that love you, people that got respect for you, people that care about you, whatever. You have to really be careful what you say. And it's like that old the saying, what is it? The tongue that is mightier than the sword. The tongue is mightier than the sword, because a sword, tangible, boom, 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 you can see it coming. You can watch out. You can protect yourself from a sword. But somebody say something to you that loves you, and they say something damaging to you, you're not smart. You're dumb. You're stupid. you're not marriage material. You're not worth this. You will never be this. These are things that cut like a knife. And when you say that to somebody you're in a relationship with, or you say that to a family member or a friend or a best friend or whatever like that, and you say things like that, and even though they could be the most confident person in the world, and just like Leah just said, whatever, she would go home, or this person would go home and be like, maybe I am stupid.
Yeah, and carry it with you.
Maybe
yeah,
I'm not really worth this. You know what? Maybe I'm never marriage material. No one will ever marry me.
What? Like, I got stories for y'all for days.
Be careful
like,
what you say.
Of people that have literally tried to, like, mold me into who they were because I saw who they were. You know, and, like, some people, they're, like, they're really good at, like, wearing blankets. And sometimes all I want for everybody that's listening, watching, and paying attention is learn to really pay attention at yourself when you are in a state of like movement. And movement can either be a spiritual movement, like a transformational movement, because those are the states that you are one. There's two sides to the coin because it's called the law of polarity. So you are the strongest, but you're also the most vulnerable. And when you are in a state of movement, you are the most vulnerable because in that movement, you're going to lose certain keys. You're going to lose certain things because you are transforming. God does not understand, and I speak of God because like I was like born and raised in a church. I speak with Inspiration Hunter like all the time. Like when we're at work up at this we have this like thing that we share together, and that is like the Spirit of God. But I have lost myself within that transformation, and I've gained who and what God means to me.
So let me take it back to what you said. You said the law of polarity.
Yeah.
See, that's what y'all gonna like about the Storm Warning Show because I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna break things down. So the law of polarity is the principle that that everything has two poles, good and evil, love and hate, attraction and disconnection. Think of the North and the South poles on a globe or a battery with its negative and positive terminals. Everything in the universe has an opposite. Right? So that's the law of polarity.
Okay.
When you break that down. So when you look at good and evil, this is why, balance is so important in life, right? Just having balance and understanding balance, right? You can't have good without having evil, right? You can't. You can't have up without having down, right? So that's the laws of polarity. The thing is what choice are you going to make? What choice are you going to make? And just like God gives everybody free will. So in other words, you got the choice to go out there and do something wrong, or you got the choice to go out there and do something good. And even when it comes to picking a mate, right? When you're shown red flags and you see so many red flags, and you still choose to enter a situation after seeing all these daggone red flags, whose fault is it?
So can I tell you something? Because you tapped into something powerful. So in the there's vocabulary. There is a term that's defined by whoever, Oxford, Merriam-Webster, whoever. Copyright, it belongs to them.
Call in 646-233-1302. Go ahead.
Please, yeah, call us because this conversation is gonna get, I think, probably like deeper than maybe what it was meant for. But there's another side to what these laws mean that maybe like in the summary that you pulled up, it doesn't express, and that is, it's almost like tapping into the idea of the law of karma. So if you really start studying like the science behind energy polarities, right? The law of polarity. So from what I have studied and what I understand, and these scientists understand, is that what is right and what is wrong, even though one is left and what is right, there is no differentiation. So our universe doesn't know if it's right is right and if it's wrong is wrong. It does not care. It does not care.
Mm-hmm.
It does not give a F, y'all. It gives a F what you should give a F about what you think about and what you focus on all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so God gave us this amazing ability that we all take for granted. And I say all because I do. I'll do it for me.
Okay.
And that is the freedom of reason and to make a choice. We got a
caller from the 929. State your name, where you're calling from. You're on the Storm Morning Show.
Oh, we gonna talk.
Shalita.
Hey, girl. What's up? What's going on?
What's up, Pooh?
Y'all, it's getting too hot. It's getting too hot. I had to call in.
What's on your mind? Speak your truth.
Let us know what's going on.
Listen.
Girl, tell me something.
Now, I was married one time.
Okay.
For 30 years.
Oof.
My first love, took my virginity. I married him. We had 4 children.
That was
he
the
died
only man you had
2015.
He died?
Now, let me tell you something. He died in sleep, yes.
Okay.
I'm a widow now. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. What's her name?
Leah.
Teach me something.
I hear you. I'm listening to you. And I understand you. But you know what I'm hearing? Doubt. Hurt. Fear. Rejection.
Wow.
Insecurity.
Wow.
Because of your lack of bonding with your father, you are afraid. And the only thing you know, stop me when you feel like it now. The only thing you know you beautiful. Okay? You know you beautiful. You know, like you was talking about your personal part, sex. Let me tell you something. Marriage, sex is the last thing when it comes to marriage, sweetheart.
That's facts.
I just want you to know that. Sex is the least important thing when it comes to marriage. Okay? That's why a lot of people get divorced. I would recommend people go to counseling to learn about what marriage really consists of.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's a job, okay? It's a full-time, 24/7 job.
Facts.
I'm telling you, okay?
Truth.
I'm telling you. And it's hard. It's very hard. And when we was on the point about they showed that clip with what she said on live.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to me, I'm 52 years old.
Yeah.
My mother was a single parent, but my grandparents, I adored them.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the way they loved each other. I loved the way they had each other back. I loved how they could communicate without opening their mouth. I mimicked my nana. I watched my granddaddy. And mind you, my granddaddy was a pastor all my life. So I was raised in a church as well. Okay? So it's a certain image I had to uphold.
Same, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
I know.
Back on, so my ground's like, once you get married, ain't no getting no divorce.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. Ain't no getting no divorce. Good times, bad times, sickness, health, I went through all of it. All of it. Oh, honey. I'm telling you, you gotta love something deep when it's on bad times. You hear me?
Yeah.
You gotta pray. God gotta be your strength. And that's a lot of things that people don't understand too. God gotta be the center to keep that glue to that marriage.
Does she have a question for us?
You know what I'm saying? But back to the young lady.
Yes.
That's why I said Norm. You should have had an older woman up there too.
We're gonna add a
You know,
third.
because
We actually do.
because
We actually do. We actually do.
Mhm.
She's
No,
right
not
here.
no, baby, not disrespecting you, but because you
No, I
talking from
understand.
your generation. I got two daughters. My oldest two daughters older than you. You say you're 27, right?
Yeah.
I got a 33-year-old and I got a 28-year-old.
I don't think I'm that young though.
No, you know what? You got an old soul.
It's not that. Listen to me. Like you looking for maturity, and your generation, it's like you have to. God Almighty.
Girl, do
Give me
it.
the
Just
words.
say
Holy
it.
Spirit.
Just say it.
It's
Say
like
it.
you.
It's okay.
You got to set your boundaries, right? You got to get under a male that you admire, that you respect, and let him teach you. And then you set your boundaries. I don't care how good they look. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care what kind of car they driving. I don't care what kind of business they running. If they don't, your list, if they don't check off in your list, they don't have respect for you
Talk about it.
and loyal and persistent with you, no. You gotta set your boundaries and keep it. I don't care. Oh no, but it's okay. I don't want to be by myself. Listen, I'd rather be by myself than be with somebody else that's not going to respect me.
Facts. Let me
And
clap
treat
that
me
up.
what I deserve.
Facts. Listen, I love the fact that you call in. You see, you're gonna have to call in on the show more often.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
I told you before. I don't care.
You know I'm a counselor.
I know, but listen, I don't care how much you get mad at me. I'm calling you Pooh.
You don't know how to pronounce my name. That's why. I accept that. You messed my name all up.
What I said? I said Charlicia, right? No?
It's Charlita.
Charlita. I got it now. Charlita. Charlita.
But I love y'all. I'm be listening. I'm going to hang up because I don't want to take all the time, but I'm still here watching.
We love you too. We love you too.
Appreciate your advice.
Yep.
Blessings, y'all. Blessings.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Listen, phone lines are open. Y'all can call in 646-233-1302. Now, listen, I got to teach you the spiel, right? So how me and my co-host Kiss, how we do the phone number.
Okay.
So when I say call in 646, you're supposed to do the second part. So we're going to, the numbers up here. I'm going to put it up there.
233.
All right, so call in 646
233
13
02, y'all.
There you go.
Like, come on now. Let us know what's up. Either like blow whatever it is that I'm saying, like combat me, prove me wrong, prove me right.
No.
Share your opinion.
It's nothing you saying is wrong. You're speaking from your generation. That's what she said.
No, but
it's nothing you're saying is wrong. But it's from your perspective and from your generation. Just like you gotta understand. I can learn so much from you. You could learn from me. You could learn from Inspiration Hunter. She could learn from you. You see what I'm saying? Like the one.
I'll be learning. Trust me.
The one thing we got to recognize is once we feel as though we can't learn from each other, we stop our growth.
Yeah.
Once you feel as though you're beyond learning from a person just because they're younger than you, or older than you, then you're stopping your growth.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I'm still growing. You know.
Still growing.
You still growing. You still growing. We all still growing. So
unless I die, like after I leave here, I'm definitely still growing until the day that I God decides to
but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm learning from you. I'm learning from Inspiration Hunter over there. I'm getting used to that name, right? I'm getting used to that name. And speaking of Inspiration Hunter, give us a little inspiration because we being so serious. And because before I drop this next
camera on her.
Before I drop this next subject, lighten the mode a little bit. Give us a little song.
Be gentle,
Let's do it, Miss Inspiration Hunter. Yeah.
Give us a little song. Oh, we got to call it.
Oh my God. Yes.
Caller from the 908. State your name when you call it from. You on the Storm Warning Show. What's good?
Hey, what's up? This is your fellow Aquarian, Natalie.
Nat.
What's up, Natalie?
Yo. What's good?
Yes.
What's going on, fam?
What's up? What's up?
No, I was just watching for a little bit, and I'm like, oh, relationships, my fave.
You should have been in the building. You should have been here.
I had way too much to talk about.
You should have been
That's
here,
another day.
right on the other side. But what's going on? What's on your mind?
I don't know. Where we at with the topic now?
Listen. We talking about a little bit of everything. We you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as far as one, we asked, do you think yourself that you're marriage material? Do you think you are marriage material?
I mean, aren't we all?
Be honest. No, be honest with you. That's what
I said.
That's what Leah said. She said the same thing.
I would like to think that we all are. It depends on what do you want. Do you want that? If you want that, then you can be that. If you want to be a wife, you can be a wife. It just depends on if you're tapped into what it takes. You know, as a married person, obviously better than a lot of us, that it takes work. So do you want to participate in a marriage, in a partnership? Yes or no? So we all have potential to be that, of course.
It's a learning curve. Like,
facts.
Still gonna make mistakes like along the way, but it's
Facts. So all right. So let me ask you this. All right. Have you ever ruined the situation because you let the wrong person get in your ear? Have you ever ruined a situation or walked away from a situation?
Maybe I should have. No, maybe I should have listened more to other people and not been so independent of my thinking and how I move. No, that's not one of my things. Like, I got a lot of other things, but me listening to other people and letting that interfere with my relationships, not really. Of course, people are gonna have comments, or maybe if they see something, but when you feel strongly and you put 10 toes down on whoever you're with, you just got to kind of block some of that stuff out, good or bad, whatever it entails. So, no.
Facts. Nat!
What's up?
How you doing, my Aquarian sister?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You know we can't lie good, so.
No, we don't lie good at all. No point. We don't lie good at all. But listen, I'm glad you called it. And listen, you know you gotta hit me up. We gotta link up.
No, absolutely. And I'm just so glad that, to see everything still flowing. BKS1 is still going strong and hard, and these topics are very needed. So not that my input is, needed, but wherever you need it, I'm gonna jump in. And I think I tapped in at a certain point when it was a lady who called in that was saying that your co-host for today.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is a permanent situation, but that she was too young and maybe somebody else older should be on it. Did I catch something like that?
She was saying to add an older person. She didn't say.
But you are the older person.
Yeah, I am the older person. But she was saying, yeah, maybe a older female should be on or whatever like that. But my thing is how I look at it, and I want you to finish what you was about to say, Nat, because I know I know where you was going. But I look at it like, her generation is what's needed to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, her generation is definitely what's needed to be heard because, like I said, we could all learn from each other. But go ahead, Nat. Where was you going with it?
No, I mean, in my perspective, and I hang out with my family. That my family are my first friends, and we are family as well. But so I have a plethora of people from teenagers that I listen to them and their issues that we might consider adolescent and irrelevant to whatever, but it all comes together from a 14-year-old's first, encounter with the opposite sex and how they feel about certain things to somebody who's, 99 years old. There's all some similarities, and there's nothing new under the sun that's happening. It's just the way that things are being presented that have changed a lot, obviously, with social media and social pressures and things like that. But I don't think in any way, if I'm tuned in and I'm tapped in and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at this young lady sitting there, that her perspective is different than somebody who has children. Obviously, I would like to think if she's sitting there, then she's done her due diligence to understand different walks of life,
Facts.
And she's tapped.
Yes.
Facts. Listen.
That's my thought.
Nat, when you coming to join us?
real soon. We're gonna make a date. I would love it. I love what you guys are doing. When I logged off, I was like, is this live? And I wanted to make sure I was on the right thing. And I heard different parts of it. And I'm like, yo, they're talking about some really good things. And I have to call in and just say, keep going, keep going, keep going. And just let you know, like, I think it's very balanced, and I'm excited for what comes next.
Listen, appreciate you. And hit your friend up, too. We got to go out and have some drinks and just kick it.
And you know this. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. BKS1, always number one.
All right. Appreciate you. Yes, let's clap it up for Nat, y'all. Let's clap it up for Nat. I love y'all. Y'all keep calling in. And listen, when y'all call in, y'all keep it 100. That's what I like about y'all. That's what I love about y'all. Y'all keep it 100. But we about to dive. We're going to have a little fun real quick. And then we're going to dive deep into something. All right. So there was this big thing going around. Before I even go there, right, I want to lighten the mood. I just want to hear
We'll do a little snippet.
Just give me a little something, whatever you feeling.
A little something.
Drink some more from that cup.
What her sippy cup at?
Yeah. Where your sippy cup at?
Nah.
Because before we get too heavy, before we make people start to cry and ponder on their own life in this situation, we need to lighten it up. So I don't know. I'm gonna play a little something, and you hit me with that angelic voice of yours.
We'll just give them a little something. Be with me, guys.
Miss Hunter, Miss Inspiration Hunter.
Inspiration Hunter. And where'd you get that? Where'd you get that name from?
From Inspiration, because we inspire to be greater, to do better, to love better.
Yes.
You know, so inspiration just came to me as part of growing up, because me and my sister and my cousins, we used to sing together. And we went from the H's to gifts. And then with gifts, I took out the I and made it an N for inspiration, which is I'm inspired to do more than what I'm just doing.
So you know what? Stand up.
Do I have to stand?
Take that money. Yeah, you got to stand.
And let's hear that voice.
You gotta stand.
We'll do a little something.
There you go.
So.
Just slide that out your way. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All right. So without further ado, this is Miss Inspiration right here.
My lines 1,000 times until I had them memorized. But when I get up the nerve to tell you the words, they never seem to come out right. Oh, only you knew how much I do. I do need you. Oh, if only you knew, yeah, how much I do. I do need you. I dream of moments we share, but you're not there. I'm living in a fantasy, 'cause you don't even suspect, could probably care less about the changes I've been going through. Oh, if only you knew I do love you. Oh, if only you know how much I do. about the changes I've been going through. If only you knew how much I do. I love you. Oh, only you know I do love you. Oh, if only you know how much I do. I love you. Oh, if only you knew how much I do. Oh, if you only knew. Say you don't know how much I miss you, sugar. Only you know how much I do. I love you. I love you. Oh, if you only knew how much I do love you.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
Uh-oh.
You think you know.
Listen. Let's clap it up for Miss Inspiration Hunter. We needed that break because we was about to get deep. We was. Yes. Say it again.
If you knew how much I love you. If you only knew.
If you only knew.
Listen again. We got to clap it up for Miss Inspiration Hunter.
Girl, what's up?
Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about relationships. And again, thank you so much for that. We needed that break because we was about to get real deep.
Let's go ahead. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Let's dive in. But before we get with the deep one, we're going to get with the light one. So, over the past couple of weeks, right, that question has been posed that a group of ladies made a list of places men shouldn't take them on a first date. They made a list of places men should not take them on a first date. And let me just put it up here so we can see it.
Oh my God, that list is long.
So here was one of the places, and y'all gotta let me know. Be honest.
Why Chipotle in there, y'all?
Be honest if y'all agree. So number one was Cheesecake Factory. So everybody was talking about this, right? So number two, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym.
I hope he would
so where do they plan on taking?
So let me ask y'all, and let me ask the listeners and everybody, be honest. If a guy took you,
to the
Leah, Inspiration, to the Cheesecake Factory, you have a problem with that? You don't consider that a date?
I don't really give a shit.
Thank you. Oh my God, hold on.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if you want to measure, oh my God, I actually really, really appreciate this topic. I know people like around my age are gonna hate me for this, but okay, there's two parts to this, right? There's always two parts to just about anything, but one, okay, y'all know how we test men. A man will also test us.
Say that again. Say that again. Hold up. Say it again.
This is why you on the show tonight.
No, for real, Because you know,
Talk about it.
I may be young, but I'm not that young, and I'm not.
No,
that
you're not.
naive.
You're not that. You actually not that young. But
I'm
go ahead.
not. I'm really not, and I'm also not that naive. Like how we test men, men test us, and I'll give you a real facts example, and you can actually find this online. Like I don't know if y'all know who like Cinco Ocho is, which is like Rochelle Rosado's baby dad. That's her partner. She did she had like the real estate in Tampa. Everybody knows her. Like she has like the all run like women like real estate entrepreneur like business like in Florida. She was like on Netflix, and he was on a podcast maybe like a few months ago. And I remember him saying that he took his baby moms, who he generally takes care of 100%. Like, even though she has her own money, by the way. I think he said that he took her to McDonald's, like the drive-thru the first time.
Right.
And he said that he fell in love with her because when he took her there, she ordered first. And she was so excited to, like, literally order her, like, Mac chicken and Mac nuggets. And sometimes you got to learn how to be humble. Because if I don't have it like that, and you take me to the Cheesecake Factory, okay, by the way, the Cheesecake Factory is not cheap.
Damn sure ain't cheap.
Because one slice of cheesecake is like $10 to $15 to like $20, depending on the cheesecake that you're choosing. That's for a slice of cheesecake, $20. Like for a slice, it's not even the pie; it's the slice.
So let me ask you.
I could make a whole pie for cheaper than that at my house in my kitchen.
Your last relationship that you was in.
It's a bad connotation because I was spoiled.
No, so I'm going to ask you. So I'm going to ask you. Where did he take you on the first date? Be honest. Just be honest.
On the first date.
On your first date.
On the first date. You know, on the first date, I think he actually like bought groceries and like cooked a meal at my house.
On your first date?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so
but I was like, I wasn't looking for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think I was very like I just said to him, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, you know, like we had a really cool time when like we first met.
Where's that second date? Because you was like, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She cleaned it up. Oh, he just brought groceries.
He did.
He brought groceries.
He brought to my house.
He actually cooked for me.
As the friend.
No,
just
he was
stopping
not.
by.
He was not trying to be my friend. I tried to be his friend. He was like, no.
All right. So where was that second date?
Second date. We went on so many dates. I don't know. No, this you put me on the spot. Maybe like our first real date was like he took me to Miami.
Hell no, to the no, hell to the no.
Yeah, he was like, it's my best friend's birthday.
No, hell no, to the no, hell to the no, to the
Oof. And then we went to Gorilla for like our maybe like actual like an actual date. Maybe no, he really did. Like, but he's like really mad at me today because he's actually really.
So Sandy, our first date was Fridays, and she said, "I don't call that a date." So listen. So we always debated this. She was like, "Fridays that's not a date." I'm like, "That's that's our first date, right?" And she was stalking me forever. So, no. She laughs about it, whatever. Like, she was stalking me ever since the Mission Entertainment party, whatever. And we linked up online, and then we met up at Fridays.
So you didn't even pick her up?
No, we met. I was there. I was at Fridays already, and we was talking on the phone. I said I'm at Fridays, so she came up to Fridays, and I bought her
TGI Fridays.
I bought her dinner.
TGI.
I bought her dinner. I think really that's the only reason she came out, so she could get a free meal. But
chicks will do that.
I bought her dinner,
Chicks will do that.
and she don't consider that a first date.
Because she drove.
So you don't consider that? Y'all don't consider that a first date?
I think sometimes it's not necessarily where you're going to, but rather is what transpires before you getting there. So if I'm on a date, I'm sorry, and maybe it's super unpopular opinion, but I love getting picked up. I don't care if you're taking me to Chipotle, or you're taking me on a trip to like another state, another country. I love the idea of like a guy like picking me up, like you know how we talk about like that passenger princess sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think the idea of I'm gonna be a princess for the next like 5 to 15 minutes, like sometimes like because girls like for us it's all about imagination.
Okay.
Is you know how we can like without me having to do too much. Sometimes I wear the right color in front of you, right? Like we're talking about heterosexual relationships, like in this instance. But let's say for you as a man, like sometimes it's me wearing the right perfume, right? Or sometimes it's wearing the right color outfit or the right cut. Because your cut may be I want to see more shoulders, I may want to see more bosom, like whatever that is for you, it excites you. We also have like our own pedigree of what that excitement looks like for us. And I'm sorry, but Disney really did a whole 9 on like my mother, my great grandmother, my ancestors, me, and probably like the girls that I will have one day.
You said Disney?
Yeah. Because we're and I only say Disney because it's the fairy tale.
Oh, the fairy tale
that comes with
of what it's supposed to look like.
Oh my God. You know what I've been watching lately?
See, that's the problem.
No, well, yeah and no, but like
Sage, that was a first date. Call in, Sage, 646-233-1302.
But isn't a first date supposed to be intentional?
I just want to feel like a princess.
That was
like
a first date.
Planned.
Fridays was a first date. We
it
planned.
Was planned.
But you can
I was there already.
See, you can plan Fridays.
She called me on the phone, so I said, "You hungry?" I said, "Where you at?" She's like, "The gym." And I was like, "Are you hungry?" She said, "Yeah, I could eat." You know that old I could eat. Okay. And so I said, "Come and get something to eat." I'm at Fridays.
Yes, a caller.
Caller from the 862. State your name where you calling from. You on the Storm Warning Show.
DJ Storm.
It's the Doll Boss, Miss Sage. Evening, everybody.
Doll Boss, clap it up for the Doll Boss.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
What's up, Doll Boss?
I done had it with that chick between Jada and that chick with the Cheesecake Factory. Both of them need to go somewhere.
Yeah. I'm crying.
Now listen,
okay.
Let's clear this up right now. I want to say this why I got you on the line, why I got Miss Fuentes here, why I got Inspiration here. First of all, Jada didn't do a damn thing wrong. I'm saying this. This is a man saying this. Will is a whole grown man that can make his own choices, his own decisions, and everybody is riding Jada so hard. I'm like, and look, I'm not even a big fan of Jada, but I will say this. Will's a grown-ass man, so he makes his own choices, his own decisions. He chose to slap Chris Rock in the face. He chose to stay with Jada, regardless of the emasculation situation. He chose all of this.
How is that emasculating, though?
No, a lot of things that Jada does emasculates Will Smith.
You think so?
Well,
yes.
She said, but with her own words, they weren't together, so he didn't really choose to stay with her. He just chose to cover it up. But, according to her, they haven't been together since 16. So how do you, they didn't stay together.
So, but
she's wrong because she's trying to sell her book.
All right. So why we riding Jada? I want to hear this from all the ladies.
She need to hush. First of all, this all came about because she allegedly had alopecia. No, you had a shaved head with a few slices in it. She don't have alopecia. She should knock it off. At least not alopecia that she's claiming.
Sage.
Okay, it does what?
I love your name, by the way. Sage.
Yo, you did not say that.
Yes, I did. She has a shaved head. She had a whole shadow. A whole full shadow on her head, and she's claiming alopecia. No, but I don't want to forget about that. I really don't. She needs to stop. She does not have to. That's the father to her children. She do not have to bring Tupac up in everything, and he wasn't even wanting her like that. They just need to stop. You need to stop being on her side, Norm.
I'm not so much on her side.
I have a question for
I'm not on her side, but I'm saying Will got to take some accountability too, because he's still a grown man. Everybody's treating him like he's a child.
No.
Why are you doing Will like? Why are you doing Will like that? Will is allowing himself. All right. First of all, Sage, you're a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to allow.
Really?
You're not going to allow no man to disrespect you, to treat you wrong,
Not at all.
to call you out your name. I know you. You're going to step. I could say that for all these ladies up in here tonight. You're not going to allow that because you would bounce.
Not at all.
You would bounce. All right.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Will is a grown man, right? So if he felt as though throughout their relationship he was being emasculated, he was being disrespected, all of that, he has his own choice. He can make his own choice to bounce, to leave that situation. So for the fact that he still continues to stay around it, and let's not say for the children because they're old enough now or whatever like that, he is making his own choices. So everything, so you can't blame, poor Will. Poor Will. When I see that, it irks me because I know me. If you constantly disrespecting me, if you constantly trying to emasculate me publicly or whatever like that, Norm is out. Norm is going to bounce. So all that poor Will.
Out of where, Norm? Because they're not together. So he's not sticking with her in that regard. He's sticking with her in the essence of them being parents to their children. And because according to her, she didn't walk in there as his wife, but she left there knowing she was his wife.
You're talking about the Oscars. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been following it as well. Yeah.
They're not together. They haven't been together, according to her, since 16. So they've been duping all of us this whole time. She's a big liar.
Yeah. Okay. So then they still not divorced.
And they're not. I don't.
Right.
All
right. So they're together. All right. So this is another big misconception. Whatever. All this separated stuff. That's something that man made. Separated is something that's man made. When you get married and you take vows with God and all of that, whatever, you're still married. All right, either get a divorce. To me, there's no such thing as separated. Oh, we're separated right now, but you're still legally married. So she still carries the benefits of a woman that is married. Cut the BS. This is what I'm saying. Let's stop this today. All right, you're either married or divorced. That separated is just like saying, that's my half brother. But we both came from the same mother.
Right.
I hate when people say that's my half sister or that's my half brother. No, we are brother and sister. We came from that same parent. We brother and sister. Cut the BS. So separated is something that the system made up that you can do, where you can legally be apart and you can go screw somebody else, and you can go screw somebody else, and you can do whatever you want to under the guise of still being married. Cut it out, man.
Jada, I agree with you 100%. Clap it up for you, Norm. Yeah, however, Jada made up a whole nother entanglement, and she was still married, so she's not off the block, Norm. I don't feel poor Will because I agree with you. However, Jada needs to knock it off and shut up. She's just trying to sell that book.
Now,
it's not making us interested.
Where I do agree with you is that she talked too damn much.
A good story sells. Yes. Come on, y'all. These are celebrities. I'm 27. I think we said this redundantly.
Yeah, go ahead.
In our conversation, but as long as I've lived, I think I've known about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
I love Jada Pinkett Smith before all this drama.
Okay.
I still love her.
Set It Off is
I still love her. I still love her. Even though I do have my reservations because I would agree. I think sometimes I don't know if the thing is that she talks too much.
She talks too damn much.
So for me, it's not necessarily that she talks too much. It's what she's saying. Like, and I really do mean that. Is like is what she's saying when she's talking, like
a lot.
Because
exactly.
You know why? You know why it's super uncomfortable? Because she's the only one that's speaking the truth outside of like August Alsina and he did it in the way that he did it. I think he was wrong, but nonetheless, he was speaking the truth, and for that, I have respect.
Not necessarily, because part of the truth is coming out that Jaden was with him first. So then she a whole lot of wrong.
August
now
wasn't
you
even born when they were together.
Boyfriend?
I'm like, was August even like born when they were together?
Yeah, but the whole thing is, Jada is speaking her truth now, to sell books.
To sell that book.
Yeah, but I think at some point, like the lying has to stop because it's also very obvious, like in their relationship, like because I'm sorry, but what he did at the Oscars was not about her. It was about his honor, and it was about his masculinity. And it was about how he saw this perfect... I'm sorry, but have y'all ever really studied Mr. Will Smith? Like, he is like a business-driven man. And
always been.
And part of his marriage is also business. And business is a look. Like, that image is really business.
You think part of his marriage is business?
Of course.
Okay.
Because if I know that I'm giving birth...
You think so?
I feel like the whole marriage is a lie. Neither one of them are telling the whole truth.
You know how perfect it was?
Well,
after Tupac literally dies, right after, I meet Jada Smith, I marry her right away, I'm building a business, and he's really building his career as like the Fresh Prince was like phenomenal. Tupac just happens to not just happens, but you know what I mean? Like, he dies, I meet this chick, when she's like in a vulnerable state, I take her, and you know what you guys are really good
but
at
Pac
doing?
didn't want Jada.
Okay, but he got her.
Yeah, he didn't want her.
But he got her.
I'm just understanding what you're saying. He didn't want her. He was engaged to a whole nother woman when she's now claiming that he asked to marry her. She's lying.
Pac was with Kadada Jones.
But you know who's
correct?
He was with Quincy Jones' daughter, Kadada, and he was in love with that girl. There's one thing I know. He was in love with Kadada. Kadada was in love with him.
So how does Jada end up being the star of the relationship?
Because Jada and him were friends. They were just great friends. They were good friends, whatever that was, always in and out of each other's lives as friends.
They're actors.
Now,
they're good speakers.
Now, the other thing I have an issue with. All right. Well, now it's not really an issue because she kind of cleared that up when she said in the book that Chris Rock was trying to kick it to her after he found out that there was rumors of them getting a divorce. So Chris Rock stepped to her and was like, yo, let's go out on a date, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, no, she kind of shut him down. So Jada must have told Will that, and to me, that's where that smack came from. This is how I'm putting two and two together. That smack came from Will felt as though Chris disrespected them, their relationship, and he smacked Chris because Chris tried to ask her out on a date. Because they had a friendship.
Yeah, they did.
They had a friendship. And Will was more friends with Tony Rock. Right? Yeah. So he's
friends. It's all Hollywood.
Yeah, it's all Hollywood, but now I understand the smack a little bit more, only because, you really going to try to, me and my wife not even over yet, and you're going to try to step to her and ask her for a date, knowing I'm cool with your family?
I thought him asking her out came after the slap.
Nope.
Okay.
That was before the slap.
If they've been split since 2016, no, they're that inner circle, and like this is us making an assumption, right? But they're gonna know what's going on, because if I go to your house, like I'm Jada, right, and you're my husband, and I'm not there, and then you come again to the house, and I'm not there, and then you come again. This is like years and years and years.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, we're only receiving this information in the last, year and a half. They've been doing this for almost the last decade.
Yeah, basically.
And so for us, it may seem like brand news, but they know.
But there's a lot of stuff
They
we don't know.
understand. Yeah, like,
because
they know,
Will,
they
Will is
understand,
Will is
like-
not really telling his side. I mean,
no, he's not.
he
And
came out with
never-
his book. He did,
will.
but he's not telling
Willard.
all of his side, right?
I
So-
can't wait till all the men come up and tell their side of it.
And see, and that's my whole thing. But still, no, I'm not saying I'm rocking with Jada, but Will got some accountability too, because again, he's still his own grown man. I'm not going to allow myself to be constantly disrespected
Can I ask you a
and
question?
emasculated. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think that responsibility is owed to the public or to himself? Because if it's to himself, he would never own up to the public. And that's what sometimes as men,
He's not obligated to own up to the public.
but as men, y'all don't do that. And not to give Will Smith a cop out at all, but there has been a history filled of men that just let the women speak their ill. And I will say that because, I mean, this is maybe like a little more left. That might be like uber uncomfortable opinion, but I think I just learned maybe like in this year the actual history between Rihanna and Chris Brown. Like,
There's a lot of stuff that was unsaid about that.
What actually happened when the world thought that he just put his hand. And by the way, my mom is a domestic violence. Like, I actually do know what domestic violence looks like. My mom ran away to a whole other country because of domestic violence.
Okay.
So I'm not excusing this man whatsoever, ever in a million billion.
What you about to say? Rihanna put hands on
Right.
him
But
first.
it's the idea
Okay.
of, if you start doing things to me that shakes who I am, my character, my core, my spirit, what gives you the thought that I cannot do the same to you if you keep violating?
You opening up a can of worms.
If you keep violating who I, how do I defend myself? It's also human nature, right? How do I? It's like survival.
So let me ask.
Versus living.
I want everybody to respond to this. Go ahead, Sage. So be honest.
But y'all are
so
really
if
good.
you put your hands
Hush.
on a man first, Sage, right? You put your hands on a man first, right?
I know
Does he have the right to put his hands back on you? I just want to know. I just want to hear that.
I'm going to be very transparent right now.
Go ahead.
I, in being honest, I was the abuser. I was the abuser, and I'm just being honest. I had no right to put my hands on nobody's child. But if I was hurt, that's how I hurt you back. I should have been probably getting out of jail right now for some of the stuff that I have done. I deserved every beat down that I gave given back to me, because I had no business putting my hands on anybody's child the way I did.
You live and learn.
And I mean, would I do it now? No. But yes, couple of people's sons then got beat up by me.
Jesus.
And I should have been just getting out of jail, literally.
Damn.
I should be disfigured, literally. And I was wrong, very wrong. So do I agree? Chris should have knocked the holy crap out of Rihanna if it's correct the way she was beating on him while he was driving. And I'm saying it from being a woman.
And you know what? I'm choosing my words because I've experienced I've experienced the exact same thing. Man, I was in a relationship way before Sandy, and it was like I was getting tapped on. And it's funny because I know somebody that's listening to the show right now that saw it, that witnessed it. And it's a common spot that I used to frequent all the time, whatever. And I took this young lady, whatever. And because she was mad because the waitress was extra friendly when she came and bought our food, she was like, hey, because I'm a regular. And she came, hey, gave me a hug.
I've heard of those stories.
Kissed me on the cheek. She said, hey, blah. And old girl right in front of the waitress punched me right in my face. Right? And dudes that I know is looking at this, whatever, it was like, oh, snap. And she's like, come on, let's effing go right now. And blah, blah, blah. And who, you and this effing and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, my God, right? And I was embarrassed. You know, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was mad embarrassed, right? So I'm walking out. And as I'm walking out, I'm like, yo, don't you ever blah, 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 do that in public, blah, blah, blah. I know these people and blah. And she hit me again. And the same dude, like she hit me right in my face, right? And so I'm like, oh, God, Jesus, I don't want to go to jail.
Did you stay in the relationship?
I had to drive her back to my house.
I
Right?
said, did you stay in the relationship?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Of course I did. And so driving her back to my house on Route 22 while I'm driving, both my hands on the steering wheel, this chick was punching me in the face while I was driving. Who the F was that girl? Who the F was? Bow, 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 while I'm driving. And I'm telling y'all this now. And it's funny because I know certain people that's listening to it's like, yo, I remember that. I remember all that. And I got her home, and that was it for me. That was it for me. You know, it's like I really didn't want to hear nothing after that. You know, I wasn't trying to hear. But when I explained that story to other people, right? And then I had the cops come to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, I had the option to have her get arrested. I chose not to. Because she was acting up when she got to my house. So, I let the whole night go through. Whatever. She woke up. Her clothes was packed. And I was like, have a good life. Take care of yourself. But now when I explain that story to people, I get, Norm, you should have effed her up. I get, should have called your cousin. I get.
Yeah, I probably would have drove her to one of my cousin's house.
You know, I get the laughter, like, oh, that was some punks. You should have, blah blah blah. You know, I'm a punk, so you can't win for losing. So that's why a lot of times men don't express these type of stories because men go through it too.
For sure.
And the fact that, you know, Sage just said what she said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we experienced that on the other side too. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, when it happened with me, I was like, wow. But my good friends knew about that, knew that was happening. And it was like, yo, you got to let her go because she crazy.
I'm grateful that the men that I'm talking about were men that were raised not to hit women like yourself. And I'm just being really sarcastic right now. I'm glad they didn't hit me back, but I was dead wrong. But it never happened in the way in which it happened with you, Norm. It didn't happen like that. They cheated, and then I got them. But outside, no, I wouldn't have never did that.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it's funny because when, you know, female, you know, I got a lot of female friends. When I was telling them about it, it was like, yo, you should have called me, blah blah blah. I was like, man, listen, you know. And then my boys was just like, yo, you should have.
What's her name?
Send me her location. Man. Find her outside.
It's almost like she knew it. She was like, he ain't gonna hit me back. You know?
Exactly. You know, because I'm sure she tried you before that. To see, we tried with the mush first. If we don't get mush back, you're gonna get beat up.
Yeah, and I could have gotten a massive accident. She was punched me.
Yeah.
She was punched me full force while I'm driving on 22 because she knew I couldn't do nothing.
It's testing, of course. Like, y'all test us, we test y'all. Obviously, what that testing looks like is different for everybody.
Correct.
We test each other.
All because of her insecurity because of a waitress was showing me love.
How old were you when this happened?
Honestly,
some mature piece.
I was I was in my late 30s. Yeah, late 30s.
What's her name?
She a grown ass woman doing all this dumb shit.
Nah, see,
she need to get that.
What?
Yeah, but you know, I wish her the best. Hope she's having a prosperous life and all of that. But I couldn't rock with that. So I'm like, I didn't care how fine she was, how good, whatever. I was like, nope. And that's what made me understand more. You know, like domestic violence goes both ways.
Sage, I have a question for you. Can you give us, from your experience, thank you, Norm, from your experience, can you give us like 2 tips on how to identify someone that is toxic?
Nice. Great question.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like how do I know if this person is toxic based on like your experience? What are like 2 things that I should watch out for?
Great question.
Well, I'm tapped into energy. So if you're literally, this may sound crazy to some. When it's not right for me from the jump, when I meet you, if my hair stands up on ends, something is not right. If
So
it's
your
not a
gut.
good feeling, from the jump, you get that. You have to learn as a woman to tap into your intuition. It was a gift. It literally is a gift. You get those gut feelings.
Yes.
And we look past those feelings. We look past them. Those red flags be waving. And we as women are so busy trying to be Captain Save a Hope ourselves. Oh, I see potential. Throw them damn potential glasses in the garbage.
It's the potential one for me.
Stop looking at the potential, because they are who they are. Stop putting greatness. I'm guilty. I will put greatness on the man in a heartbeat. I see you can do this, and I try my best to make it happen for them. No, they are who they are. Tap into your intuition. They can't be no. After 30 days of you dating them, all that representative is gone. People say 6 months. No, it come in well before that. With that first phone call that you call and it go unanswered, then he hit you back. I was asleep. Girl, run. Don't believe it. Stop playing. He ain't that sleep. Or you text him, he don't text you back. And I'm not saying be obsessive. Know.
When they say, like when they start acting shady, like the energy flip. You know what? 100% I agree with you, girl. Like, that's one thing that I've, like, honestly been more, like, internally just, like, assertive with. It's respecting, like, my intuition. Like, respecting how, I don't know why, I don't know how, but if I feel like something is off, not necessarily even, like, breaking things off with you, but just, like, trusting my gut and letting that energy play out. Because you are going, whatever it is that I'm feeling, because, you know, like sometimes we're so into somebody, like either through infatuation or you're in love with them, right? Like that feeling of like infatuation will really make you blind. Let me tell you something. You could be 27, 37, 47, 57, 107.
Yes.
That infatuation, that feeling of, oh my God, I love him. I love her. She's so wonderful. He's so wonderful and beautiful and he takes care of all my bills. But when you feel like that thing that like triggers you off, don't even question it, just follow it, because that following literally just reveals like whatever it is that you need to know. God will find a way to just show that to you.
Facts.
And I think one of those things that especially like maybe like women my age and like even younger, because we do feel it as like young ladies, by the way, and young men. When we first tap into that energy, don't question it. And if there's anything that anyone can walk away from tonight is trust your gut. Even if you're wrong, it's still going to lead you into a better sense of self. Because now you know, okay, maybe this is not the feeling, but that feeling is, you're building on that feeling of trust within yourself. Like don't doubt that, because that is like, what we consider higher power, that is higher power talking to you through you, because you're not outside of it, you are within it. Oh my God.
Yes.
Like, 100%.
Look,
I agree with you.
You're about to make me cry.
I'm crying.
Yeah, right. Listen,
Me
you
and
have
you
to.
must never part.
You better knock it off. You are a mess, Norm. The biggest thing, and I'm going to go because I done took over. The biggest thing, ladies, learn to love yourself and stop loving. We falling in love too quick with these men that mean us nothing. If you fall in love with yourself, all at your gut, you won't even have to question it. If you love yourself enough, you will tell yourself, girl, bye. Let him go. He better off as a friend. And stop making these people that's supposed to be your friends your mates. Everybody that coming into your life, you ain't supposed to be in your bed with them.
No doubt. Let me read Kevin Motley's statement before you go, Sage. Kevin, shout out to Kev. Kev said, "Nah, a lot of times some folks are so desperate to settle down that they'll settle for anything." Wow.
100.
Wow.
Yep. 100. Kev.
Wow.
Exactly. Love yourself first. Love yourself. Fall in love with you. It's time to fall in love with you, and all that other stuff is gonna come into play.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Sage, and it's funny because, like, I've known Sage forever. I've known Inspiration forever. Me and you are becoming like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like
Aquarius is Ash.
But what I notice is that people just make bad choices in relationships. People, the criteria,
it's so easy
the criteria for the choices they make or who they end up with was so low. The criteria is so low. Like, it's like, think better of yourself to make better choices. You know what I'm saying? It's when you notice these red flags, if you see that, damn, this is a red flag with her or him. There's a red flag with her or him or whatever like that. That's your warning signs right there. And when you choose to still pursue it after you see all these damn red flags, whatever, you setting yourself up for chaos. So
if you fall, like I said, if you fall in love with yourself, Norm, those things won't even be able to present themselves to you because you will know. A lot of us don't love ourselves, and so we don't know. We don't even know what we want. So we're falling in love with the wrong thing. We don't even know us. So we're expecting somebody else to love us, and they can't because we don't even know who we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me clap that up.
All right. Number.
Sage, we're going to have you come on and rock out with us next week.
For real.
No problem. I'll be there.
All right?
All right.
All right, sis.
I love you.
I love you too.
We love you. Thank you for calling us, Sage. Talk to you soon again.
Okay. Peace.
Peace. Yo, listen. Excellent show. It's about that end time. I didn't even get to the last, but I think I have to get to this, right? What we got?
Let's do it.
We got 8 minutes.
Ooh.
We actually got, I forgot I own the station. But all right, so we got until but we got to tap on this. So I don't know if y'all heard about Tyrese.
Oh.
I got to tap on this.
Tough topic.
And his ex-wife. Now listen, this is where y'all share out the show. I don't care. Share it out right now. I want to see y'all click the share button. I can see who's sharing it out. Share it out right now because we got to get into this. So this man's ex-wife, she gets on a show, on a podcast, and she says she's not with her husband anymore, and they got a divorce because she let people get into her ear. She let people get into her ear. So she's no longer with her husband anymore. Now, mind you, they have a kid together and all of that. So she publicly says this on a podcast. And I'm going to play a little bit of the clip now. All right? She's no longer with Tyrese. I'll play a little of the clip, and y'all can see a little bit of, let me play some of it for y'all now. But check this out.
Play it.
Let's talk about this thing.
There will always be a part of me that will love him because of like what we share together. And the child that I look at every day, like she looks like him, you know, she looks like us and him, like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
That is something. Are you now in the spirit of potentially even being able to rekindle a relationship like?
Oh my gosh, you just asked me this. Can we get an edit?
Is that a hard question?
It is. It's loaded because of the fact that there's been so much that's happened. You know, like there's been so much that's occurred. Okay. It's my daughter's father. So I would say this. I would say that if we were both going to show up and we were both going to fight for it equally and sacrifice equally, there will always be a part of me that will love him because of like what we share together.
Before I show the next part, so she basically said in the whole interview that she let too many people get into her ear, right? She let the wrong people get into her ear. And I wanted to play that clip as well. But they have a kid together and whatever. There's nobody, like if I love you, I love you, if I love you, there's nobody that's going to make me say, stop being Inspiration's friend. There's nobody that could come to me and be like, stop being Leah's friend or whatever. There's nobody going to come to me and say, stop being with Sandy. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 or whatever. Nobody can get in my ear because I'm strong enough of a man to be like, yeah, all right, so the person I need to stop dealing with is you. Because if you really cared about me, you would be trying to tell me to work on my relationship, not destroy it. A friend would tell you to work on it and try to fix it, not destroy it, right? So Tyrese saw that podcast and he listened to her because basically that was her kind of crying out saying, I want this back. I messed up. That was her cry, her reaching out, basically saying on that podcast, I would make it work again. This was Tyrese's response.
Maybe saying that she was thinking about, no, if you had people in your ear when you left me, those same people are in your ear 3 years later because the fucking lawyers are still on my back every day. Go sell this shit to somebody else. Look at every interview I've done, from Sway in the Morning to the Breakfast Club to everything that I've been posting and everything that I've been saying. And if you don't like me, nigga, I don't like you. I don't need none of you women in my comments saying they like me. I don't care to be liked. I got my heart broke. I was married. I was with this woman for 5 years. I never cheated. I got more access to pussy than most niggas I know. I was a good man, a good husband, and very, very focused on my family and my children. And the $2,500 or $2,600 that I was giving Samantha, since she decided to, maybe saying that she was thinking about, no, if you had people in your ear when you left me.
I wish I had the full clips. I wish I had the full clips. Because the full clips he drops on his current situation, the woman he's with now, he drops a little bit of everything. She even drops more on more with the podcast. But the whole point is, Tyrese is not having it. It's too late. And Tyrese basically called out in the other clips that the person that was in your ear the most was your mama. And we all know how mothers could be when it comes to the relationships you decide to get in.
They had their own idea.
I knew how my mama was.
Right? For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I know how, other people's mama is, whatever like that. And he was like, that's the person that was in your ear the most. And Tyrese in the other clip, oh my God, I wish I had the clips for y'all. But he basically just called out the names of the people that was in her ear. And she see he's happy now in his situation that he's in now. And then now she's like, yeah, I would rekindle. I would work this out for
like
whatever.
I want it back now.
And his thing is, if you really felt that way, you wouldn't be trying to drag him through the courts anymore. You wouldn't be trying to do this. Her lawyers is hounding Tyrese, blah, 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 because, one, she sees, when you move on, let's be honest, if you still love a person, you really don't want to see them that happy with somebody else, and it could have been you. And that's just human nature.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
just human nature. When you move on, but you still got feelings for somebody else, I don't care what you say, oh, as long as they're happy, BS, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling flag on the play. Foul ball. Because you really don't want to see them happy with nobody else. You really don't, because you still got feelings for them.
Hell yeah, you want to see them suffer. Like,
Yeah,
know,
so
like,
that's just real human nature, real human emotion,
she's only happy.
and all of that.
Like,
So this is why my advice to people, when they sever a relationship, cut off the social media, stop the texting, stop the calls, stop going the same direction. If you know they're going to be on this corner taking the train or whatever, and this is where they usually be when they going to work, whatever, go the opposite way. You have to change your habits that you normally, have associated with this person in order for you to really get over a person. All right? So, when I look at this situation with Tyrese and this Samantha Lee person that he used to be with, the ex, whatever, it's like she sees him still surviving without her. And he's thriving without her. He's still making movies. He's still doing his thing. He's still making appearances. It's Tyrese.
Yeah, before,
And
with or without her, even
Yeah.
if he never met her, he's still gonna be a successful, gorgeous black man. And she's a beautiful woman of color. Like, don't get that wrong. Like, she's hot. Like, I mean, oh my God. Like, can she talk to me? Like, anyways, we're getting distracted here. I think the way that I see it, I relate maybe like 90% of the clip that I saw, I feel like I can identify as to, I can relate in the idea of a sense of guilt. And I think that's what I can kind of walk away with from like seeing her part. And then from him is that he's hurt. But why is he hurt? And like, we saw maybe like together, maybe like a 20, 30-second clip of like what's actually going on. I think sometimes, by the way, for us, because we are human, right? We can, as much as we can understand, we haven't lived through the experiences that they have lived with. Nonetheless, they expressed a lot of emotion in those like 30-second like clips.
Right.
You know what I mean, that we saw. So for her and for him, I'll speak for him. I don't take away how he feels, but I also don't take away how she feels, because there's also by the way, there's like, for me, the way that I see it is that there's a disconnect between both of them. And there's a disconnect because I'm not seeking to understand how Tyrese feels, and then I'm not seeking to see how she feels either. So it's, if I'm hurt and you're hurt and I'm speaking A and you're speaking B, but I'm just reacting to what you're saying.
Tyrese is right, because her actions doesn't equate to the words she's saying.
But you know what? He followed through with whatever action she was taking. He didn't question it. He didn't argue with them. He was so upset that he just reacted to it. And the thing is, like, and again, I'm not saying that he's wrong or she's right.
I gotta get that.
No, and you can show that to me, but it's, at the end of the day, the money is not the problem in their relationship. And I don't need to be in their relationship to understand the money is not the damn problem. The problem is they are not listening to each other.
He said in the other clip, you chose to walk away from me.
Yeah, because she was not listening to him.
And our daughter.
She was not listening to him.
Tyrese said you walked
She was not
away
paying
from
attention.
us. And Tyrese said, I loved you.
So where's her feelings at? Because she didn't just decide one day, I'm going to pull up a divorce because he loved me. And because he loved me, I'm like, come on, let's make it make sense here. Because he loved me, I'm gonna get a divorce. Like something had to happen in between all of that.
People was in her ear. That's what happened.
But okay, for people to be in her ear, what was she talking about? And by the way, I'm still not saying that she's right. My goal is to get to what happened that she expressed to, because for her friends to express that there is a dissonance, she had to express a dissonance first. And we want to blame the friends, or we want to blame Tyrese. Maybe the fault is hers, and maybe the fault is literally
she had to
both
express
of
it
them.
to them.
Literally, but again, like the fault is, it's not the friends, it's not his friends, it's Tyrese, and it's his ex-wife for not finding a mutual space to understand each other. Like the first motive, like I don't have to be married to understand this, because I've dated enough men to literally understand that.
You don't have,
When
to
we
be married.
break up, it's really not over money. Like the last breakup that I had, I dated this guy for like maybe like half a year, and it was literally because anytime that I expressed like something that didn't feel right for me, he didn't seek even in any way that I would break it down. And I really do read on like when it comes to like relationships and soul and spirit. And I can still be wrong even after I read it. Nonetheless, I must still practice what I read. But if I'm telling you in whatever language it is that you need me, empathetic language that you need me to express it to you, if you don't seek to understand me, at some point I'm going to just say, click it. Because if I'm following up, it's almost like, what's the definition of insanity? It's saying the same thing again and again and again and again, expecting
Expecting a change.
Expecting a change, but it's the same cycle repeating itself.
I got you. Well, listen, I'm rocking with Tyrese on this one.
Play the clip, man. Like, let's do it.
I'm just saying, I'm rocking with Tyrese on this one.
I'm not rocking with nobody.
Yeah, I gotta rock with Tyrese on this one because it's too late now. It's too late. Now you're gonna get on the podcast.
It's never too late.
And plead your case.
Yeah, and plead your case, whatever. I'm with somebody else now.
Shit, maybe I could
whatever.
be a lawyer.
You know, but anyway, listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us on the Storm Warning Show. And listen, it was interesting. I appreciate your comments, your calls, your call-ins, all of that. If you missed any part of the show, you can share it out again. You can watch it again. You can. It will be up on YouTube probably like maybe 20 minutes after this is over. It will be up on YouTube. You can watch it again. You can watch it on my page on Facebook. You can actually watch it on Twitch, on BKS1 TV on Twitch. You can watch it. And you can watch it again. You can hear our commentary. And this was my special guest co-host tonight, Miss Leah Fuentes. Let's clap it up for her. She was amazing. And then family to BKS, our friend, the talented, the beautiful Miss Inspiration Hunter. Let's clap it up for her. Yes, let's clap it up for her. We'll be back next week on the Storm Warning Show every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if there's something you want us to talk about, any hot topics or anything, make sure, please, hit us up. And don't forget, listen, I'll be remiss. If you are in the Jersey, Plainfield area, hit up Big C's food truck. All right? It's right between
so good.
Terra Road and East 3rd Street. Oh, we got cheesesteaks in there. We got stuff in there. We got sandwiches in there. We're going to warm up.
Do they have the
We gonna eat
seafood
after
cheesesteak?
this.
Did they put the seafood one in there?
Nah, I don't think the seafood one is in there. But listen, I'm going to show y'all real quick. Just some of the product, man. Big C's.
Y'all gotta get one. Y'all gotta get one.
He's so good. Like,
let me just show y'all. Wait a minute. Some of the product. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong screen and all of that because I'm hungry. And
hungry is right.
let me just get this for y'all because y'all got to see this, man. But C's is no joke. I'm going to show it to y'all right now so y'all can see it. Here it is right here. Here's some of his stuff. Right here, I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to go through it right now. This is some of his stuff right here. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through.
Oh, is that a shrimp?
Big C don't be playing around.
Oh my God, with the tomatoes and the shrimp.
This
I
is
saw
Big
this
C.
clip.
This is Big C himself.
This is delicious.
Just making a sandwich and everything. But again, that's Big C's food truck. Go on his Instagram. Big C's Italian Grill. Big C's Italian Grill. All right, on Instagram, you get to see all the food, all the different food that he sells and that he makes and everything. It's delicious. And he puts passion into making his food. He puts a lot of love into it. Nice and fresh and everything, man. It's good food. And again, it's at the corner of East 3rd and Terrell Road. When you go there, say, I watched the Storm Warning Show, BKS on radio, and who knows, he may hook you up. But I know he's sponsoring us tonight, and he said, come pick up this food for your people. So he wanted me to feed Leah. He wanted me to feed Inspiration. He wanted to feed me and whoever was here tonight. So
listen, Big C's been feeding me since 2021 when I came into Plainfield. Like, let me tell you something. He's one of like the biggest like food trucks like in Central Jersey / North Jersey. So let me tell you something. This man is like Italian with a flavor of Latino in it. Because from what I understand, his wife is like Latina, but like his food has some real flavor. Okay.
Yeah. And like
don't,
I said,
don't let the look fool ya.
He's
it
sponsoring.
tastes as good as it looks.
He's sponsoring BKS. Oh yeah, that's that chicken salad that he makes with the wrap.
What?
And the wrap and everything. Look at that, y'all.
Oof.
Trust me.
Feed me, Norm.
Yes. I'm going to feed you right after this show. I'm going to take care of Miss Leah Fuentes and Inspiration. I could keep going with Big C. Damn.
Hey, just looking at it, not helping.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's
because
not.
I'm supposed to be fasting until 12
Are
p.m.
you?
in the afternoon. Like,
Y'all enjoying it? This Big C stuff? Hold
I'm
on.
hungry. I'm hungry.
And look, Carla said, I'm going to have to take a flight up just to get some Big C's, LOL. Denise is clapping. Carla said, great show,
It's
per
like
usual.
Italy meets New Jersey.
Yeah, we'll be back next Thursday. Yeah, I got to stop. I got to eat now. We got to eat now.
Period.
Yep. Look
Thank
at
you,
that.
Big C's, for like feeding us tonight.
Look at that. Oh, hold on. That's him promoting
That's
the hip-hop joint.
That's my flyer.
Look at that.
Gorgeous. You can also hire him as like
Yes,
your
the cater.
caterer.
Yes, he caters as well.
He knows how to cook, y'all. He's a real chef. Like, this guy could like throw it down. He knows
caters as well.
Go follow him at Big C's Italian Grill on Instagram.
Yes.
Big C's Italian Grill. Look for the logo with the fire.
All right, y'all. We want to thank y'all for a great night on the Storm Warning Show. We'll be back next Thursday. All right. So make sure you keep it locked, BKS1 Radio, and tune into all the great shows on BKS1 Radio. We got a lot of content. We got events coming up. We got all types of different things coming up. We got the DJ school about to start. We're doing a DJ school for kids and women that want to learn how to DJ. So make sure you just stay tuned. We got a lot going on. And if you want your own podcast here at BKS1 Radio, make sure you hit us up and everything, and we'll talk to you about the details and everything like that. So, again, keep it locked, BKS1 Radio. Storm Warning Show, baby. You know what it is. Keep it locked. And thank you, Miss Leah.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for having me. I
And
appreciate
thank you,
it.
Inspiration. Hunter over there. Yes. We appreciate you.
You know, I love y'all.
Listen, peace, God bless, and good night. We out of here.
Bye.
Yes.
This is the Storm Warning Show. Turn the radio. Let's go. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.